If you have clicked onto this, I know that this message is for you. I'm just going to jump right into it today. I feel like I have got something that is going to absolutely change somebody's life if you stay with me on this, okay? Number one, a lot of what I'm going to say to you, it's going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be mind-blowing. Open your mind. Please open your mind. Open your heart. Open your eyes. Just take a minute to listen to this. Number one, there is more to life than just what you can see with your own eyes. There's forces of good and evil and of darkness and light. And you have to believe that. If you live in this world, you have got to see that this world, it's got like a battle between love and hate and what's good and what's bad. And we are in the middle of that battle. This is the thing about it. God is real. God is real. If you have clicked on to this, I want to grab you and I want to talk to you about the goodness and the realness of God. I think there is a lot of people that either don't believe in God or they stay far, far, far away from God because they think God's mad at them. They think God is going to punish them for the things that they have done or for the things that they think. They feel shame for things that they know that they have done and that they know that they have thought. Or there's people that haven't even given God even the time of day anyways. Or there's people that are walking around so full of pride in their own selves that they think that they're running the show. I can tell you this much. God is real. God is real, and God is fueled by love. And this video is for anybody who is not talking to God or talking to God but not having any peace. If you are walking around right now and you're unsettled, you're talking to God, or for those of you that aren't talking to God, the prayer for you, if you do not believe in God, is help me with my unbelief. That's the first one. Lord, help me with my unbelief. What is it going to hurt you in the privacy of your own home to talk to God every now and then, whether you believe or not, and just say, help me with my unbelief, God? It could change your life. For those of you that do believe, that are just unsettled, you just don't have a peace about you, I can tell you that it's because you are feeling like God is going to punish you, or God doesn't understand, or God's not going to get in there and fix your stuff. Wrong. It is not true. In the Bible, I got a whole list of them, you guys. I'm never going to get them all out. I list them underneath this video. The first thing is this. It's 1 John 4:18. And it says this, there is no fear in love, for God's perfect love casts out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. So if you're walking around and you know that you are sinning, you know that and what is sinning? Sinning is just doing anything that you know is not right. Gossiping, cheating on your spouse, addicted to drugs and alcohol, doing things that are hurting your body, doing things that are hurting other people, thinking things that you just know are ugly. God gets into those things and he doesn't discipline or he doesn't punish you for that. The whole reason he sent Jesus was because he knew that that's who you are and that you can't get control of that. You can't get control of those thoughts. You can't get control of that addiction. You can't get control of that offense. You can't get control of your need to control things and manipulate things and want things the way that you want them and be hurt by certain things and have expectations. You can't get control of those. And so a lot of people, they pray to God, but they think, they have this unsettled, not peace about them because they think they're going to be in trouble. That is a lie from the enemy. The enemy will come in and make you believe this. You're going to get in trouble for that. You shouldn't be thinking that. God's going to be mad at you for that. You shouldn't have done that. Oh, that thing that you did in the past, he's going to be mad at you for that. The devil will keep you feeling guilty. He will keep you unsettled. He will keep you walking in a place where you're beating your own self up and where you just can't get to the other side because you're so busy just holding on to things that you know you're doing, things that you have done, or things that you're fairly sure you're going to do again in the past. And the devil does not want you with God. He knows how powerful you will be if you join forces with God. The devil, he punishes. He puts fear in you. He puts guilt in you. He puts stay away from God, or even if you're talking to God, don't get no peace. God and God's love and God's perfect love, it convicts you. It disciplines you. There is a difference between discipline and punishment. Punishment says you're bad. You're bad, so you're in trouble. Discipline says, I love you. I love you, and I don't want you hurting yourself. I don't want you doing things that I know are bad for you. I don't want you doing things that I know are hurting other people. So I'm going to stop you from doing it, but I'm going to do it with love. It's like if you had a puppy that kept running out in the street. You put a fence up around your yard to keep that puppy in. Are you doing that because that puppy is so naughty and bad and you want to ruin that little puppy's life? Or are you doing it because you love that puppy and you want to keep that puppy safe? So you got to put some boundaries around it. God's conviction, if you go to him and if you talk with him and if you're real about your stuff, be real about your stuff, be real about your addictions. Go to God with them. Be real about your thoughts, ugly thoughts. Go to God with them. Go to God with your habits, with your things that you know, if you're facing yourself at all. If you're going to God and all you're doing is praying, God, fix this and fix that and fix that and change this and change that. You know, God's already got you guided. He's already blessing you. He's already got you on the path. But I say it in all of my videos. The most important thing that God is looking for, it's a relationship with you. It is for you and him to get together and to start talking and to get intimate and for you to go to him and go, God, search my heart. And a lot of people would rather just point the finger at everybody else. It's my spouse's fault. If my spouse would just get their stuff together, we'd be good. It's my job's fault. It's my boss's fault. It's these people I work with fault. Man, if they would just do it the right way, I'd be fine. It's my kids' fault. Boy, if these kids would just do it the way I would say it. We spend a lot of time looking outward and wanting God to come in and fix those situations. And God is working it all out. But God says, I want you. He says, you got things inside of you. You got brokenness inside of you. You got hurt inside of you. You got lies inside of you. And God knows that the devil is going to grab those things and take those things and keep you chained in those things. So you are walking in guilt. You are walking with no peace. And you are walking unsettled, and you are walking offended and expectant and looking at everything else instead of looking at your own self. The devil will sit there and whisper in your ear and go, yeah, it's their fault. You're right. They did do that. They did deserve you to be doing this. They did deserve that. You're right. The devil will sit there, and what that devil is doing is it's feeding your ego and it's feeding your pride, but it's also feeding death and destruction and darkness and disconnect and unsettling and no peace and no goodness. And God comes in and says, hey, you're right. That person is making a mess. Yep, you're right. The people at work aren't doing it the right way. Yep, you're right. The kids are a mess. But pause. You got some things we need to work on. You got some darkness. You got some brokenness. And God says, I want to get in there with you, number one, because I want you to quit blaming and looking at everybody else. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's busted. Everybody's broken. Everybody's a work in progress. And number two, he says, the devil's going to get a hold of you. The devil's going to get a hold of you. God says, I know it because the devil is the prince of this world. Whole world is tricked by the devil, and God says, and he's going to get a hold of you, and he's going to keep you walking in discontent and in offense and in lack of peace. And God says, I want to get a hold of you because I love you, and I see the goodness in you, and you were created in my image, and you are my child, and you are chosen, and you are accepted, and you are forgiven, and you are loved, and you are blessed. But you're not seeing those things because you're walking in the world. So today I challenge you. Give God a try. His love is perfect. And if he gets in there, it is with loving discipline to help you and to guide you and to grow you and to heal you. God loves you. God is real. His love is perfect. Call out to him today. call out to him every day and start walking with God, and watch how your whole life starts blessed, blessed, blessed.